Hopefully this is the last time I have to deal with audio issues and microphones. I think I've got it resolved. I just hope it's the last time. My intention for the video was to come out and kind of give 3 things for me that helped me grow as a photographer. And so I got out there, I hooked everything up, put my mic on the camera, started recording, and there was no audio. So it happens. This is a perfect example of growing still continually. I know how to shoot video, I know audio, but I didn't even check to see that it was recording, and it messed up. And so it kind of frustrated me when I started looking back at the clips. I was like, this is so annoying that I have to deal with this. But again, it's growth, growing pains. You know, I can't expect to start adding video to my work as a photographer and not have bumps and bruises along the way. So for anybody watching, you're going to make mistakes, you're going to fail, you're going to fall. You just got to get back up and continue to shoot, continue to do things. So rather than discussing what I had initially wanted to, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about the importance of working with models for a new or intermediate photographer. I think it's really important. Working with a model, whether you have to pay for her time, their time, or not, if you're just collaborating, can be very, very beneficial if you're kind of learning your camera and learning your craft. As a portrait photographer, I just kind of felt like I wasn't getting the improvement that I wanted. And it wasn't until I actually started working with models where I didn't actually have to pose them and create what they were going to look like. I just had to kind of worry about the camera, the lighting, and stuff like that, that things really started coming together for me. It's really pretty cool watching my model here, Citlalli, kind of just work herself into poses. There's some of this video in here where you can actually see her just kind of working on poses as we're getting ready to start shooting. She's just kind of staying loose and free. And that's one of the reasons I love working with her. You can kind of see what she's wanting to create before we ever even create it. I've mentioned it before in another video, but I think it's very important to constantly give your model feedback. Whether they're, a pro at it or fairly new at it or, kind of in between, it's important to let them see what you're creating so they can kind of get an idea for how things are looking. It's going to let them be a little bit more positive maybe on what they're going to create next. So always give them good positive feedback. Watch as we set up under this pavilion. She just kind of flows. She just works. And she just is positioning and just kind of playing around and figuring out what she kind of wants to do. It's fun to just see what she's going to do and create. This model here is one of my favorites to work with. She not only is beautiful and easy to work with, and in front of the camera, and just kind of collaborate together. But she's just a wonderful human being, and that always makes it nice when you get to work with somebody that you get along with easily, their personalities mesh with yours, and you're able to create beautiful work. I often see newer photographers saying that they're having a hard time building their portfolio. A lot of times they're working with their family members or friends, and I think that's all well and good because they're going to allow you to kind of do it, and you can do it often, and more than likely you're not charging them. But the problem is they don't actually really know how to pose and be comfortable in front of the camera, more than likely. So don't be afraid to pay a model for her time. It really does take one item away from your photo session. You no longer have to worry about you posing that person in front of the camera to get a good photo. All you have to worry about is your camera. If you're using lighting, then you have to worry about your lighting as well. But if you've got one more item, posing, just kind of standing in your way, that can really hurt your work. And so if you're just using normal people to pose, that might not necessarily help your photos or help build a good portfolio. So kind of whatever it is in the portrait world, use people who know what they're doing to help you become a better photographer. I spent about a year working with models, collabing, and a year might seem like a long time, but maybe it was, but for me, it really truly helped me get to the next level with my photography. So I cannot stress it enough that model work for your portraits is critical, and it can really only help you become better. As the session winds down, just wanted to remind you, please like and subscribe if you like the work that you're seeing. I am trying to get better at the video side of this for YouTube, and I really do truly hope to grow the YouTube channel over this next year. I'm going to go ahead and let it end off with some of the audio that I actually did get, even though it cuts us right at the end. But until next time, keep shooting. All right, so I forgot what I was going to say. All right. So as I said in the video earlier, it's extremely important as a portrait photographer, to me, at least in my growth, to actually work with models. And I found that working with Citlalli here, that she can create how she wants to create. And for kind of an intermediate photographer, I think it's really important because as she creates, you can work your camera. And as long as you're kind of at that intermediate level, she's not going to get too bored, she's not going to get too frustrated. But it allows you as the photographer to just kind of work and flow through your workflow and become a better photographer, and that's what it's all about. So thank you so much for your...
Thank you for having me.
I will actually tag you on Instagram or put your Instagram thing down there and that type of thing, but get ready to see more work with me and Citlalli.
Yes.